Hi friends, I am not a life coach. I am not a therapist. I'm a mom. My name is Ina Irby. Good morning. I liked, let's see, which one did I like? I liked this one this morning, affirmations for the inner child. I appreciate especially where it says, I know I am exactly where I should be at this point of my journey. And to be gentle with ourselves as we're going through it. I had a bad day last week and I haven't put it up yet. It's uncomfortable when I look at what I'm going through myself. So when I share it with you, it's very healing for me and cathartic. And I'm trying to figure out why it took so long for me to get out. Some of us get out a lot earlier and they figure it out right away. My husband is a good example of that. And others like me, I want to know why. Why did it take so long, and why was there a history of it in my family, right? Why did it take 3 generations of people to not see that it was wrong? Especially when I have a link I'm going to send, it's going to be on my description. And I like Channel C too. It's really a good channel. It gives you different experiences from different brothers and sisters. And this happens to be a David Reed. He was a brother. And it's under God's Organization and Why I Quit. Channel C2. And David Reed. My husband actually found this and he told me about it. He didn't know about Channel C2. And I listened to Grace, right? It was Grace earlier that I put up on my channel. Grace Interrupted. Renewed by Grace from Ill Treatment by the Watchtower. That was really good. So I was just trying to figure out in my process of healing why it took so long. What was it? Because when I start to dig and start asking questions to other friends that have left, they experienced a lot of the same issues that my family has experienced in some form or another. Emotional abuse, child molesting. They had been neglected emotionally. And when I start to ask other questions about their families, deep in their personal lives, like me, they've had alcoholism, they've had family members that had been molested. And so it seems that this particular organization draws a lot of individuals, as most religions do, broken individuals into the organization. I know that there are friends that are no longer talking to me that go to the jails, right? And they have Bible studies with men. And the statistics are that a lot of those men have been molested and abused in some way. And so they end up in prisons, which gives the organization someone ripe to pick, right? Right, we're in a place where we need comfort, but we end up going right back into a nest-filled, abusive behavior and being treated abusively by others. So it's a little fascinating to me because I want to know why I did what I did for so long. Why didn't I see it? Why wasn't it more clear? Because there's people around me that didn't believe the way I did. And yet it still took so long. Yeah, so, and I'm trying not to focus on putting the blame on anybody, actually. I'm trying to recognize that I did it myself. The experience was, and not gossip through this process, not talk about other people, but it is interesting that as Jehovah's Witnesses, we end up in this situation and we end up telling you certain things that have happened to us with certain individuals. It kind of is par and parcel with the whole get out and try and slough off all the badness and try and figure it out. I mean, even Mr. Douglas did the same thing. He gave you examples of what was so ugly that he saw. And so that is why we do what we do as ex-Jehovah's Witnesses, I believe, is so that people can not feel alone, because there are so many other people that feel alone and don't want to show their faces because they have family and friends that they still want to be connected to. And I can understand that. I know that with me as being a mother, I don't want my children to ever experience what I have experienced. Dr. Gabor Maté wrote a book, Hold On to Your Children. And I really encourage you, if you're a parent, to read that book. It's on Audible and you can download it. And I've begun it. And I'm like, I know there's another sister that said, I have like all these books that I'm in, and I have all these books now that I'm in, and I go from one book and then I stop, and then I go to another book and I stop. And so I haven't really finished any of my books. But in the process, I'm getting so much more knowledge about why I did what I did and why I feel it's very dangerous to keep our children in that organization. When it takes power away from the parent, and the importance of peer orientation. Dr. Gabor Maté was he's very encouraging. I would suggest, if you are a parent, the importance of keeping your children part of, you give that away, the parental authority, when you're one of Jehovah's Witnesses. You give your parental authority away to an organization. You give it away. And so that was another fascinating thing. Why did I treat my dad so badly when he was disfellowshipped? Why didn't I pray for him? Why didn't I talk to him? I didn't. There was a point, I was fairly young and I didn't understand it all. But because my dad didn't kill himself until I was about 28. Yeah. So there was still a growth adult period that I didn't talk to my dad about things and spiritual things. We didn't really ever have deep conversations about that. We did talk about alcoholism, and I knew that it was something that he suffered from. I think I went to one meeting with him, and he cried because they go in a circle. I don't know if you've ever been to an Al-Anon meeting or Alcoholics Anonymous meeting, because Al-Anon and Alcoholics Anonymous is totally different. Al-Anon is for the families, and I went to a couple meetings, yeah, and it's really encouraging. I like that. I should go back. I mean, I'm leery now about going to any sort of group meetings. I don't want to have anything to do with crazy people that feel like they know everything. So, sorry, there's a healthy bit of skepticism you have to have. I appreciate David Reed, because he explains no organization is going to give you what you need. There are no group of people, really. It's just going to be you and your family, and to shore up yourself and your family with the Christ. And that is good. That's good. If you can't find people that feel the same way you do about your belief system and how you recognize the Christ and what he can do to help you and your family members, which makes sense to me, because Rahab, I always think of Rahab. And there was no, when the spies told her, hey, take your family up into the room and make sure you dangle the scarlet rope. She didn't ask, they didn't tell her, hey, you ask each family member if they believe in our God, Yahweh, before they come in. And then they will be saved. They just all came in. And she was a prostitute. Hello? Prostitutes don't generally party and have family members that are Christian, right? They're not. It doesn't work that way. And that's okay. So, they all came in. They all came in the room. And whoever came in survived. So, I would imagine that it's very similar. And children are safe with their parents. And everybody grows up differently. Some people don't grow up until they're 40. And that's okay. I would imagine that there's a lot of parents out there right now afraid that their kids are going to die at Armageddon. And so that's why they make them get baptized at ridiculous ages, 7, 8. I went to Pioneer School with 2 7-year-olds. What? I just don't get that. Yeah, no. So Hold On to Your Kids by Dr. Gabor Maté. And I've just started it, but it's really good. And peer orientation. And it's one of the reasons why it's so easy for Jehovah's Witnesses to cut you off as an individual if you don't align yourself with their thinking. It's very insightful. So yeah, listen to it. And then if you're a parent out there and you have your kids in this organization, it's dangerous. You give them away to those 8 men who change the rules. It seems like every 10 years, so that they can get money. It's about money and power. Doesn't have anything to do with spiritual things. It's money and power. Money and power. And not for the little guy, not for the publisher, because the publishers are the ones that are sending the money. Stop sending your money. Stop sending your money to the organization. Stop sending your money. And if March is coming, the memorial is coming, friends. And if you feel that you want to participate in the memorial, do it. This is your opportunity to take what was given to all of us. It was a free gift. Take the emblems and see how that works out. Give them a good shake up. Give them a good shake up over there in Wallkill. Take the emblems. It's an opportunity for all of us. And it also, if we believe in a spiritual fight, then fight. Don't sit back and do nothing. And if you feel that you can't sit, if you feel that you can't do anything, fine. Take the emblems. You can do something. Take those emblems. It's a special gift that was given to all of us. And we all have that right. So, on that note, I will put up my bad day. I had to clean it up, and I'm not an anchor person, so I have a lot of I knows and ums that I have to clean up. So that's why it takes a while for me to get things up. I'm working on that. This is a process, and I'm willing to share it with you because I believe that there's going to be a lot more of us that are going to be out there. And we're kind of muddling through it all, trying to figure it out. Dr. Gabor Maté, Hold On to Your Kids. If you're a parent and you have children, I really encourage you to listen to that. It's on Audible, and I guess you can get it on Amazon. I'm listening to it because there's a lot of books that I have that I'm going through. And be gentle with yourself. This is a long journey, and You've been beat up along the way. So, just kind of, just be try and understand that you're human and you made mistakes. And that's what I'm trying to understand as well as a parent. And I want to take my children on the healing journey. I really think it's very important. I want them to come right along with me. I don't want to leave them behind. Because they struggled too. They struggled through it. And they see a lot of things. Children are way more aware of what's going on around them than grown-up human beings. They're clean slates. So they see it a lot faster, a lot with a better eye. Yeah. So, have a good weekend. Enjoy your families. Shore them up spiritually. I do Bible reading in the morning and in the evening. I pray with my girls. Not that they believe it, because they've seen the same things I have, and heard the same things I have. So your families don't necessarily have to agree with you, and that's okay. Rahab, who was in that upper room with her? Her family. Did they believe? No. All right. Have a good day. Follow your bliss. Be good humans.